Here's the truth. Not all A3 printers are created equal. Some are built for speed, others for gallery-grade photos, and a few balance both without draining ink or time. Today's lineup counts down the 7 best A3 printers to buy right now, from budget-friendly workhorses to pro photo beasts, so there's a perfect pick, whether it's spreadsheets, posters, or fine art prints. Number 7. Epson Workforce Pro WF7310. Epson's WF7310 is the do more for less entry point into wide format A3 printing, delivering up to 13 by 19 inch output with business class speeds that outpace typical home inkjets. In testing, the dual 250 sheet trays were a quiet productivity hero, letting one tray dedicate to A3 and the other to A4 without constant swapping, while precision core output looked crisp on presentations and basic marketing collateral. Borderless up to A3 and ISO speeds up to 25 ppm mono and 12 ppm color made batch print runs feel fast enough for small offices, especially when paired with Ethernet or dual-band Wi-Fi for shared access. The spec sheet's 4800 by 2400 dpi resolution produced clean vector art and solid fills on plain paper, but color depth on glossy media wasn't in the same league as photo-focused models higher up this list. There are some trade-offs to flag early. It's print-only, no scan or copy, which limits its role if the workspace needs an all-in-one, and while it supports wide formats up to 13 by 19, borderless maxes out at 11 by 17, which can matter for poster edges. Also, Epson's cartridge policy means it's designed for Epson cartridges only, so ink flexibility isn't a strength here compared to tank systems later in the countdown. Still, if the goal is reliable A3 Plus Office documents, schematics, and quick marketing runs without the cost of a multifunction device, WF7310 hits a very practical sweet spot for teams of 1 to 3 users. 6. Epson SureColor P700. The P700 is a 13-inch professional photo printer with Ultrachrome Pro 10 pigment inks, including a dedicated violet channel that expands gamut in blues and purples for gallery-grade output. Dedicated nozzles for photo black and matte black mean no more wasteful black ink switching, and Epson's carbon black driver boosts Dmax on glossy papers for deep, convincing blacks. In controlled tests on premium glossy and fine art papers, detail rendering held up beautifully at 5760 by 1440 dpi, with smooth tonal transitions in skin and muted gradients, exactly what photographers and artists expect from a pro desktop unit. Media handling is quietly excellent. Sheet media up to 1.5mm thick and optional roll support let creative users run panoramas and rigid stocks others choke on. The critique is twofold. First, it tops out at 13 by 19 inches A3 Plus width, so those needing larger than A3 Plus will outgrow it. Second, running costs with 10 pigment carts can climb for high-volume studios, especially on dense color prints and fine art stocks. Also, it's print-only, no scan copy, and while speeds are decent for a photo printer, about 2 minutes 23 seconds for 13 by 19, this isn't the pick for bulk office jobs. For discerning photographers who care about permanence, up to 200 years color, 400 years band debut, and exacting color management in a compact chassis, the P700 is an outstanding but specialized A3 Plus photo tool. Number 5. HP OfficeJet Pro 9730E. HP's OfficeJet Pro 9730E is the wide format all-in-one that makes A3 practical for hybrid teams, pairing fast print scan copy with dual 250 sheet trays and borderless up to A3. Rated up to 22 ppm black and 18 ppm color, with draft up to 34 pm, it felt snappy for presentations, brochures, and duplex reports, while the 35-sheet ADF kept multi-page scan jobs moving. What stands out is the P3 color workflow claim and app-centric design. HP Smart and HP Plus features streamlined setup, remote management, and security with Wolf Pro baked in, which is handy for distributed teams and SMBs. Connectivity is complete, dual-band Wi-Fi, Ethernet, USB host device, and the monthly duty cycle up to 30,000 pages suggests the mechanics can take real work if kept within the recommended range. Borderless up to A3 11 by 17 makes it viable for posters and edge-to-edge flyers, something many Office A3 units struggle to do neatly. The touchscreen interface and 5 and 12 MB RAM kept navigation and job spooling smooth during mixed media runs, and compatibility across Windows, macOS Linux, and Chrome OS is a plus in heterogeneous offices. As an inkjet AIO, it's not a photo lab device like the Pro series or EcoTank photo units here, but for business-first A3 that still looks polished in color, the 9730E is easy to recommend. 4. Epson EcoTank ET8550. The ET8550 is the rare A3 Plus photocentric all-in-one that crushes running costs thanks to refillable tanks, while delivering 6-color Claria ET premium output, including dedicated photo black and gray. In testing across glossy photo paper, matte fine art, and heavyweight card, it handled media up to 1.3 mm via the rear straight pass and produced borderless prints up to 13 by 19 with excellent neutrality in B&W. For creators and families, the usability is stellar. A 10.9 cm touchscreen, SD USB Direct, front photo, and A4 trays, and an A3 Plus rear path mean it adapts to crafts, albums, and mixed projects without constant reconfiguration. Speeds of 16 ISO ppm black and 12 ISO ppm color are respectable, and the micro piezo heat-free engine keeps energy draw down during long sessions. Epson quotes as fast as 15 seconds for a 4x6 photo, and the tonal smoothness from 1.5 PL droplets shows in subtle gradients and skies, especially with the gray channel engaged. Where it really wins is total cost of ownership. Thousands of photos per bottle set means experimenting with large formats and multiple paper types doesn't feel like bleeding cash. If the priority is beautiful A3 Plus photos and creative media versatility with extremely low ink costs, the ET8550 is a top value choice that also doubles as a competent document AIO. 3. Canon PIXMA Pro 200. Canon's PIXMA Pro 200 is a compact A3 Plus dye-based photo printer built for vivid color, speed, and fuss-free workflows, making it a favorite for event shooters and enthusiasts stepping into large prints. The 8-color Chroma Life 100 Plus system delivers bold saturation and smooth gradients, with lab-quality borderless A3 Plus prints in about 90 seconds without banding on supported media. What makes it approachable is Canon's professional print and layout software, which tightens screen-to-print accuracy and simplifies color management, often the biggest hurdle for first-time fine art printing. Wireless and Ethernet connectivity, plus a 3-inch display, streamline everyday use, and the chassis is smaller and lighter than its predecessor while supporting long panoramas. Being dye-based, it pops on glossy and luster papers with rich color and smooth gloss uniformity, which is ideal for portfolios, exhibitions, and client proofs that need to impress quickly. While pigment rivals might edge it out for archival longevity on matte fine art, the Pro 200's vibrancy and speed make it a joy for photographers who love color-forward work. If the brief is, make eye-catching A3 Plus photos fast, reliably, and without wrestling ICC profiles, the Pro 200 is a confident, color-loving choice. 2. Canon imagePROGRAF Pro 300 class. Stepping into Canon's imagePROGRAF Pro line in the A3 Plus class brings pigment ink precision that's closer to lab standards, with superb shadow detail and tonal control that painters, illustrators, and fine art photographers appreciate. The platform inherits pro imaging tech and integrates tightly with Canon's PPL software for predictable color from screen to paper, making it easier to hit client-approved looks. Pigment inks deliver excellent permanence and matte performance, while gloss handling remains controlled and natural, especially on Barita and luster stocks tested side by side with dye alternatives. Print speeds are still strong for the class, but the real win is consistency. Deep blacks, nuanced micro-contrast, and accurate hues across multiple media without reprofiling every session. For creators selling prints or submitting to galleries, that consistency under pressure matters more than raw PPM, and the Pro series has earned that reputation. If the work demands pigment permanence and a professional toolchain in an A3 Plus footprint, this is the safer bet over dye-based options. Overall, the imagePROGRAF Pro tier is where serious printmakers land when they want repeatable, archival A3 Plus output without stepping up to large format floor units. Number 1. Brother MFC J6540DW. For most people who need A3 every week, not once a year, the Brother MFC J6540DW is the most complete, hassle-free choice. It prints, scans, copies, and faxes up to A3 with real office speed and simple ownership. Rated up to 28 IPM simplex and 21 IPM duplex on A4, it remains responsive on A3 jobs. And automatic two-sided A3 printing means big documents don't become manual flip projects. The fundamentals are right. 1200 by 4800 DPI output is crisp on reports and marketing sheets. The 6.8 centimeter color touchscreen keeps navigation painless, and connectivity covers USB, Ethernet, and dual-band Wi-Fi with AirPrint and MoPRIA. A 250-sheet tray handles up to A3, with reliable paper handling across common office stocks. In testing, first page out around 4 to 5 seconds on A4, translated to snappy starts on A3 as well. Brother's platform is known for predictable drivers across Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Chrome OS, reducing setup headaches in mixed environments, and the noise reduction mode helps in shared spaces. Critically, it scans and copies up to A3 one-sided, covering architectural drawings, spreadsheets, and educational posters without outsourcing, which keeps teams moving. If the mission is a dependable A3 workhorse that does everything well, fast duplex, solid text and color, wide compatibility, and low friction day-to-day, the MFC J6540DW is the practical winner for offices, schools, and home pros. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.